The Tao of Self-Confidence, episode 899. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. You can now purchase The Tao of Self-Confidence, a guide to moving beyond trauma and awakening the leader within on Amazon, Barnes & Noble's, Walmart, Indigo, and other major book retailers. Get your copy today. Well, hello, friend. Welcome to The Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have an amazing lady on the show today. She is the founder and CEO of Ampcus Inc., and I'm super excited to have her on and share her story with us today on self-confidence. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Anne Ramakumaran. Hi, Anne. How are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to the listeners.
Sheena, thank you so much. So excited to be joining you this afternoon on this podcast. And first of all, let me salute you for all the great things that you've been doing. So thank you for having me here this afternoon on this podcast. Sheena, my name is Anne Ramakumaran, and I'm the founder and CEO of Ampcus and the CEO of Ampcus Acquired Entities, iTech, Bravens, UTS, and Ampcus Cyber. What we do is we provide innovative, cost-effective, quality, and sustainable solutions and services to Fortune 100 companies, federal agencies, state and local, as well as nonprofits. Other than my work, I am also a mom to two adorable daughters who's 21 and 10, a wife to, and must say, very blessed to have a very supportive husband, and we've been married for 25 years, a daughter-in-law, a sister, a friend to all my besties. There are a lot of friends both at work as well as at home. Also, so blessed, surrounded by some amazing colleagues and teammates. So yeah, that's a little about me.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And I know we connected through the USPAACC-WISE cohort, which has been such an amazing experience, and just love the support that we have for each other. So really excited for that. And what's your cultural background?
First of all, before I dive into that, what a great organization. We've been a member of USPAACC for over 15 years now, and what a great initiative of Women Initiative for Strategic Empowerment. We're proud. Ampcus is proud to be a founding member with JP Morgan Chase on this great initiative. Well, a little about my cultural background. I'm born and raised in a beautiful city called Pune, which is in India. And growing up, again, like any other Asian family, right? My parents always ensured that they got us to focus on education and really imbibed a culture in us where they asked us and they told us the importance of continuous learning. Hence, my brother and I, we've always focused on that. And today, if you think about it, it comes handy, especially, Sheena, from a tech perspective, right? I mean, the technology is changing rapidly, so it's so important to be a student for life. And even from a business perspective, it's so important, right? I mean, because what worked 10 years ago may not work today. So in order to be relevant, it's so important to focus on continuous learning. So born and raised in India and then moved to the United States 25 years ago and have been and founded this company 20 years ago. So this year, 2024, marks our 20th year in business. And personally, again, from a personal life perspective, been married for 25 years. So that's a little about me, Sheena. And then from my parents' perspective, growing up, they've always reminded us not all days are glory days. And they really taught me and my brother the importance of doing well by doing good, right? It's not just about yourself, but it's also about the people around you. And I think that really resonated well and really came handy and helped me while I focused on continuing to build the business and expand our presence globally. And also the importance of not just continuous learning, but also marching forward with the attitude of that we don't need to know it all, but we need to learn it all. So truly blessed to be brought up in a family where my parents were very forward thinking and made sure that both my brother and I were treated equally and both were given a chance to succeed well in life.
Thanks for sharing that. That's amazing. And what's your favorite self-confidence quote?
Yeah, so my favorite self-confidence quote is never dull your shine for someone else. That's one that I really love. And from a business perspective, I would always tell our teammates that you may lose sometimes when you take a risk, but if you don't take risks, you will always lose. So put yourself out there and take those calculated risks. So those are some of my favorite quotes. And then personally, Sheena, my dad would always tell me two things, right? And that works as jingles at the back end. And those two things were, remember, there's no shortcut to success. Whatever you do, you put your head, heart, and soul to it. You will attain success. And most importantly, remember, not all days are going to be glory days, but remember, there's a solution to every single problem. And those things that my dad and my mom would remind me and my brother of really, at times, Sheena, that works as jingles and runs at the back of our mind, because in business, right, not all days are glory days. There are times when, you're like not sure in which direction to go in. And then that's when, you take a pause. And then when those statements go at the back of your mind, you find a solution to the problem and you learn to navigate through. So those are some of my favorite quotes, Sheena.
Thanks for sharing those great quotes. And in your own words, how do you define self-confidence?
From my perspective, accepting and trusting yourself, having control in your life, according to me, is self-confidence. Self-confidence also means identifying, accepting, and embracing your strengths as well as your weaknesses, and having a positive view of yourself, according to me, as self-confidence.
Thanks for sharing that great definition. And Anne, what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
Well, I'm sure everyone has gone through that phase, right? There are days when, you go through that phase where you're like, can I do it? Will I be able to do it? Could I do it? Right? And all of those questions are like those drum beats at the back end, right? Not sure if you would be able to sail through. Those were some of those moments growing up when I would, doubt myself. And thanks to my parents, who's always reminded us of a couple of things. We're all good people. We'll do well by doing good if we focus on continuous learning and continuing to do well by doing good, by supporting others too. So I think before it was all about, can I do it? Will I be able to do it? Or should I be doing it? And today, when I've gone past that stage, it's all about, hey, I can do it. I will do it. And we will do it together. Right. So yeah, those are some of the things before and after.
Thanks for sharing that. And yes, as women, especially Asian women, we tend to question ourselves, our abilities, our worth, see if we're capable. And it's a great reminder to know that we're more than capable to make things happen. And, what was that point in your life when you realized you were more than enough to go out there, especially running a business? It's not always easy. There's going to be hiccups, more hiccups than wins, right? What was that aha moment that made you push forward?
In this 20 years in being in business, and prior to starting my own business several years ago while I was working and part of another company, what I learned was there's not one person that knows it all. So I think we as women should not hold ourselves back and have the attitude of, I need to know it all. But I think it's important that we all march forward with the attitude, let's learn it all, right? So from my perspective, I think when I taught myself that, okay, let's not hold ourselves back, just because we're not 10 on 10. Let's march forward with the attitude of getting to being 10 on 10, right? So I think those are some of the things, Sheena, that was truly that changing moment. And I'm glad, I sailed through and continue to sail through. Again, it's also because of, surrounding myself with people with that same attitude as well. Like I said, at home and at workplace, truly blessed, have a very supportive and loving husband, adorable daughters, and support of my parents and my brother. And also at workplace, right? Truly blessed, surrounded by some amazing colleagues that have that similar mindset and have the mindset of truly being change agents, right? And also an amazing business partner who's like a brother to me, who also has that same attitude and mindset. So Sheena, I think those are some of the things that, really helped me to get to where I am today.
I love that. And, support is so important. And I love that you mentioned you can't do it all, because we can't, right? And we've been programmed to being the superwoman of everything. You don't hear men saying they do it all. They always outsource everything. And so I really love that you mentioned that, because I think we need to hear that more, especially for women, thinking we have to do everything ourselves. No, we don't have to. We can seek support. We can get help. We can outsource to work better.
And you said it right, Sheena, because I think it's so important for women and men to be part of an ecosystem, right? Where you have that support system, if you may, both at work and at home. And by having that, you can truly focus on work-life integration and focus on growth, both personally, professionally, and financially too. So, and you said it right. You don't need to know it all. But being part of an ecosystem where you surround yourself with thought leaders, good friends, good family support, good colleagues, and a business network, I think, Sheena, is what will take people places.
I love that. And thanks for sharing that. And because of that, what's your life been like now?
It's been beautiful. My biggest enemy is time. I wish I had more than 24 hours in a day, but I love what I do. Because I've been a firm believer, Sheena, it's your passion that'll take you places. And I love what I do. And the people that I work with also have and carry that same passion. And it's all about how do we continue to bring positive impact in the lives of our clients and the lives of the communities that we live, serve, and support. So life has been great. Like I said, it's 20 years in business, and we continue to grow, thrive, and succeed in the marketplace. And Sheena, most importantly, all of us at Ampcus, an Ampcus group of companies, we've always believed in doing well by doing good, Sheena. So other than, working in the business, we also very proud supporters of several nonprofit organizations, because I think if we have to bring a change at a macro level, I think it's important that we lean forward and support several nonprofit organizations. So I also serve on several boards, Sheena. I'm a board of director at Women Business Enterprise National Council, a board of director at Women Business Enterprise Council, DMV in New York, Center for Women Enterprise, Greater Washington Partnership, USPAACC Scholarship, and also one of the founding members for USPAACC-WISE. So all great organizations marching forward with the intent of bringing positive impact at a macro level in the communities we live, serve, and support.
Thanks for sharing that. And to the woman who's listening to your episode, she may be in her own journey to self-confidence. What would be that one tip you'd give to her?
The message that I want to convey to women in the audience is march forward, take those risks. Don't pull back because you don't know it all. Keep one thing in mind. There's no one on this earth who knows it all. March forward with the attitude of let's learn it all. So that's the message that I would want to convey to the women that are part of this audience. And surround yourself with amazing people and be part of an amazing ecosystem, because that's what will take you places. You don't need to do it all. You don't need to do it alone.
Thanks for sharing those great tips. And if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and what you do, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
Yeah, so there are ways they could connect with me via LinkedIn. They can connect with me, just type in Anjali and Ramakumaran, and I look forward to connecting with folks via LinkedIn.
Thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Anne, you can also head on over to thetaoofselfconfidence.com and search for Anne's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else that we talked about. And I just want to thank Anne today for taking the time to share her story and tips with us on self-confidence. So thank you so much, Anne.
Oh, Sheena, thank you so much. And once again, salute you for all the great things that you've been doing. So proud of you. Keep rocking, Sheena.
Oh, thank you. It's truly an honor to be surrounded with USPAACC-WISE and all the amazing ladies like yourself. So thank you again. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of The Tao of Self-Confidence. You can order your copy of Asian Women Who Boss Up book by visiting our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits.